No, it is not possible to get a 100% reduction in idea cost. It used to be, but the issue is the game always refunds you 40 points regardless of the amount you spent on each idea. So any reduction of 90% creates a way of generating an infinite amount of points, as you'll be able to spend, say, 20 points on an idea and then refund it to get 40 back. However, we still have a video ahead of us, since just because we can't hit a 100% discount doesn't mean we can't hit 90%, and with 90% something cool happens. We're able to switch out our ideas for free. Imagine that. Fight in England, pick up naval ideas. Done fight in England, drop it and change it to offensive ideas instead for free. Recovering from a big war, pick up quantity for the manpower and then drop it for quality when you need to actually fight. As such, is it free? Well, kind of, if you're free from the sunk cost fallacy. If you have any idea group filled out, as well as a 90% reduction in idea cost, that'll still be free forever now, assuming you want to stick inside the same idea group. As long as you're able to maintain a permanent 90% reduction, you can switch out ideas for free as much as you want. So with that goal set, and an arbitrary free idea definition created that is not the same as the one advertised in the title, can we achieve it? The answer is yes. Let's find out how. So, disclaimers. There are many ways of reaching the 90% total, but I'm proud to say that today I achieved it with only permanent modifiers, as it were. In fact, the only temporary thing is the use of mysticism, which can reset on Rule of Death, but you can also maintain a minus 100% mysticism count relatively consistently. And it's not like it's on a timer. Furthermore, I did use 100% innovativeness, so technically all power cost reduction is also at play here, not just pure idea cost reduction. The good news, however, is assuming some ungodly ability at EU4, or if your name happens to begin with L and end with AMDA XX, all of this is achievable by Tag 14, since you will need 4 idea groups for it. But with all that said and done, center setup, so no customations, achievement compatible, Ironman mode. Let's go! Now, initially when I was routing this, I planned on having 2 counters, one for the temporary modifiers and one for the permanent ones. However, since we're able to hit 90% permanently, we can kind of avoid the temporary counter altogether, and it also means that we can avoid the 26 mission sources of temporary idea cost reduction, as well as the 45 event sources of idea cost reduction too. So there we go, we can run 90% permanently with just none of those things involved. The bad news, however, is that we have just the one counter for the video, permanent idea cost reduction, see here. But that's okay, because you can make up for it, as you still have access to 2 counters, both the light counter as well as the sub counter. So if you haven't interacted with those already, feel free to do it now. But with the self-shitting out of the way, enough talking, let's get into the video. So we're going to actually begin with the relatively controversial part of the video. We're going to need to start as a native, because we need indigenous ideas. That's going to be quite painful. Now, it is 10% idea reduction from indigenous ideas. I haven't used Golden Age, I haven't used any events, any missions that give you idea cost reduction, so you want to make a pit stop on the Conquer and pop a mission for 10% idea cost for 20 years there. Do you want to extend your Golden Ages? Do you want to just have a normal Golden Age for idea cost reduction? All of those things, you can do it instead of, well, Caddo or any other Native American for native ideas. However, none of those things that I looked at were permanent in the same way that Caddo's native ideas, or indigenous ideas, sorry, are permanent. So I'm going to be using them in this route. If you don't want to use them, that's fine. You'll end up with 80% permanently anyway, so it's not that big of a loss. And if you run your Golden Age, that's still 50 years of 90% reduction and free idea group flipping. With that being said and done, let's get into the native country now. So here we are back in Caddo, as we all know, the strongest tag in the game. With Caddo, we're going to need to do a couple things. First and foremost, we need to go ahead and pick up indigenous ideas. We're getting our 10% idea cost with it, and to be honest, it's quite a nice idea set with 10 morale of armies, some monthly reform progress growth, as well as some dev cost as well, and even some promise war store cost reduction. Next, you need to go ahead and pick up Humanist, as this will provide us with the idea cost minus 10% finisher, followed by trade ideas, as we'll need it for a policy. We're also going to go ahead and pick up innovative ideas. They're going to help us get our innovativeness up to 100, which is something that we do need, but more importantly, they're going to give us access to a decision we need to pop later. So that gives us 20% reduction already, but if we go ahead and go to our policies, we can get another minus 10% idea cost from the exchange of ideas, to go up to 30% idea cost at the moment. We also get some institution spread out of it, which is quite nice. Furthermore, 100 innovativeness will give us minus 10 power cost, which in this case will translate to another minus 10 idea cost reduction as well. This will take us up to 40% idea cost reduction, which is quite good already. Next, let's talk monuments. Head on down to Machu Picchu and pick it up. This is going to give us a fat minus 15% idea cost reduction, which is quite substantial. All we need to do, however, is accept the culture group in the area, which shouldn't be that big of a deal. And 15% idea cost is something that's going to be quite helpful for this run, as you may have guessed. Another group of people that we're going to need to accept are going to be the Egyptians, as this will give us access to the pyramids for another minus 5% idea cost reduction. Finally, over in Pest, there's a big library, and when we get that to level 3, we can get another minus 5% idea cost reduction. Thankfully, this one has no requirements, so just minus 5 idea cost for us to enjoy. Now, to the surprise of absolutely no one, we need to go Sunni. As this is already mentioned, we'll be using the mysticism mechanic. We don't need Sunni specifically, we can use any religion that has legalism. I'll just flip Sunni for the case of the example. This will give us access to a further 10% idea cost reduction at maximum mysticism. Furthermore, because we complete the innovative ideas and we are Sunni, we're able to go for the Ibadat Kana. I hope that's the right pronunciation, but it probably isn't. It is going to increase the stability cost, but that's whatever, because it's going to decrease our idea cost by another 5%. So with that pressed, we now have minus 70% idea cost, which is still a bit of a way off from our final 90%, but we're going to get it from a very simple source. See, if we change our primary culture to Andalusian, we're able to go ahead in the decisions and policies and restore Al-Andalus. This will move our capital and give us new traditions and ambitions, which we do want to take. Due to a double whammy combination. Andalusian ideas are quite strong, with goods produced modifiers, 15 morale, and a massive 15 fire damage received, but more importantly for us, they contain minus 10 idea cost, as well as a monthly piety reduction, which will significantly help us maintain our mysticism at a low level, especially if we go to our estates, which we will gain on the month tick when we do get those estates. But more importantly, it's going to give us access to the Al-Andalusian Sultanate. This is going to give us the final minus 10% idea cost reduction from our government reform, taking us down to minus 90 idea cost reduction. So, I've done some annexations and upgraded some monuments, and we can now take a look at our idea cost reduction in the game here at minus 90%. So, to demonstrate how it works, I've given myself an admin here to play with, and an extra idea slot. So let's say we're going to go religious ideas to do some conversion. We're able to take all of these for 40 points. And so there we go, we've taken the entire idea group. We've gone around, we've converted our provinces, we're all happy chappies, everything's looking great, finished our conversions. Oh, we're done with religious, so we're going to click here, I'm going to refund it. We're going to get all of our points back, we're still back at 500. We can now go take, I don't know, expansion ideas, grab some colonists, go do some colonizing. We're finished with it. Okay, we can get rid of it, get all of our points back to 500. In essence, we're able to switch our ideas for free. There's also the completely overpowered thing of, getting an entire day group for 280 mana, but, that's a secondary side effect. In essence, we have free ideas of whatever category we choose for 280 points. 280 points is enough for us to go ahead and get mercenary ideas and get some really cheap, some really powerful mercs, go use them, fight in a war, do some stuff with that, then drop it, and then immediately go pick up something like offensive to get a bunch of quality buffs yet again. But again, temporarily. Use it, then after the big war we need to recover our manpower so we can drop it, and go pick up quantity ideas. Fill that out, get the manpower recovery, get the national manpower modifier, all of those nice things from quantity ideas, without losing a single milk point in the process, because at the end of it we can refund it fully. And there we go, we're back and we're happy chappers. But that concludes the video for today. I hope you very much enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.